Observing and assessing children's interests and abilities are a necessary tool. To be able to create a curriculum that utilizes their interests and responds to their needs. To help parents and teachers make a proper assessment of the children in their care, the Early Childhood Care and Development Council emphasizes the importance of the ECCD checklist in determining the development of the child through the 7 domains, namely, gross motor, fine motor, self-help, receptive language, expressive language, cognitive, and social emotional. The ECCD checklist has 2 booklets. Child's Record 1 is for children 0 to 3 years old, and Child's Record 2 is for children 3 years and 1 month to 4 years and 11 months old. For 3 to 4-year-old children in ECCD programs such as the Pre-K 1 and Pre-K 2 classes, it is appropriate to use the ECCD checklist Child's Record 2. This video will show the 2 other ways of assessing children in the Pre-K programs: interviewing the parents regarding the child's development and observing the child in class during the different activities and routines. To know the considerations in administering the ECCD checklist, you may watch the video on how to use the ECCD checklist. Before administering the assessment, make sure that you have gone through the ECCD checklist items and have identified those that need to be asked from the parent and those that can be observed in the class. When making observations about the child, make sure to limit the collection of observations within 30 days. This is to ensure that the child's age does not change significantly within the assessment period, as the interpretation of scores is sensitive to the child's age. To see how age may affect the interpretation of scores, it is best to study the table of scaled scores and standard scores. Let us first look into the items that may be asked from parents. Watch as Teacher Micah provide questions that may be asked from parents to elicit observations. One of the items that may be directly asked from parents is item number 8 of the expressive language domain. Gives account of recent experiences with prompting in order of occurrence using past tense. Na ikukwento ng bata ang mga bagong karanasan niya ng may guide nang naaayon sa pagkakasunod-sunod ng pangyayari. Gumagamit ng mga salitang nasa past tense.
Does your child share about recent events? Nakakapagkwento po ba ang inyong anak tungkol sa mga kamakailang nangyari sa kanya? Does he or she follow a sequence of events? Is he or she able to use words in the past tense? May pagkakasunod-sunod po ba ang kanyang pagkwento sa inyo?
The teacher should be able to note the responses of the parents in the remarks section of the ECCD checklist.
Thank you for your response. Salamat po sa inyong pagtugon. I have more questions for you later on. Mayroon pa po akong mga itatanong sa inyo mamaya.
Let's watch Teacher Micah as she asks questions to the parent to help her assess item number 4 of the cognitive domain. Offers an object but will not release it. Iniaalok ang hawak na bagay ngunit hindi naman binibitawan.
Does your child offer an object that he or she is holding? Inaalok po ba kayo ng anak ninyo ng gamit na hawak niya? Does he or she give it after offering? Or does he or she keep it? Ito po ba ay binibigay niya sa inyo matapos kayong ialok? O hawak niya lang po? Thank you for your answer. Salamat po sa inyong pagsagot.
Most of the items in the social-emotional domain may be asked directly from the parents. One of the items that may be asked is item 11 of the social-emotional domain. identifies feelings in others. Nasasabi o natutukoy ang nararamdaman ng iba.
About peers and other people around him or her, is your child able to identify the feelings of others? How? Can you share an instance wherein your child did this? Tungkol sa ibang tao sa kanyang paligid, pati na rin ang kapwa bata. Natutukoy po ba ng inyong anak ang nararamdaman ng iba? Paano po? May maikukwento po ba kayong ganitong pangyayari? Thank you for your answer. Salamat po sa inyong pagtugon.
Another item that you can ask the parent is item 14 of the social-emotional domain. Persists when faced with problem or obstacle to his or her wants. Nagpupursigi kahit may sagabal sa kanyang gustong mangyari.
When doing a task or an activity, does your child persist or try again when he or she has difficulty? Can you share an instance when your child did this? Sa gawain o activity, nagpupursige ba ang inyong anak? O kaya sumusubok ulit pag siya ay nahihirapan? Maaari po ba kayong magbigay ng pagkakataon o halimbawa kung kailan nagpakita siya ng kanyang pagpupursige? Thank you for answering. Salamat po sa inyong pagsagot.
For the last example of items that may be asked directly from parents, here's Teacher Micah asking some probable questions to assess item 22 of the social-emotional domain. Honors a simple bargain with caregiver. Example, plays outside only after cleaning or fixing his or her room. Tinatanggap o sinusunod ang isang kasunduang ginawa kasama ang tagapag-alaga. Halimbawa, makakapaglaro lamang sa labas pagkatapos linisin o ayusin ang kanyang silid o laruan.
Does your child share recent events? Nakakapagkwento po ba ang inyong anak tungkol sa mga kamakailang nangyari sa kanya? Does he or she follow a sequence of events? Is he or she able to use words in the past tense? May pagkakasunod-sunod po ba ang kwento ng inyong anak? Thank you for your response. Salamat po sa inyong pagtugon. I will have more questions to ask you later on. Mayroon pa po akong mga itatanong sa inyo.
Now, let's look at some activities in the classroom that can help the teacher observe items on the ECCD checklist even during class hours. During free play, the teacher can stay at the reading area and talk to the children individually. Item number 4 under expressive language may be assessed when the teacher points to objects in the book and the child is able to correctly name at least 4 objects. On the other hand, item number 3 under the receptive language, when the teacher names 5 objects in the book and the child is able to correctly point this out from the book illustrations. If there are animals or vegetables in the picture books, then the teacher may also take notes for cognitive item number 15. During circle time or whenever an active song is being played, a number of ECCD checklist items may be observed. These include the following items under the gross motor domain. Item number 8, moves body part as directed. Naigagalaw ang katawan ayon sa sasabihing kilos. Item number 9, jumps up. Nakalulundag. Item number 11, hops 1 to 3 steps on preferred foot. Nakalulundag o nakakakandirit ng 3 beses gamit ang nakasanayang paa. Item number 12, jumps and turns. Nakalulundag at nakakaikot. You may also use a song when playing a game with a child. Through this, the teacher may assess item number 10 under the gross motor domain. Throws ball overhead with direction. Naihahagis ang bola mula sa ibabaw ng ulo sa direksyon na ninanais. If the songs played contain family members or body parts, the teacher may assess the following items under the receptive language domain. Item 1 points to a family member when asked to do so. Naituturo ang kapamilya o tagapag-alaga kapag ipinatuturo. Item 2 points to 5 body parts on her or himself when asked to do so. Naituturo ang 5 bahagi ng kanyang katawan. At the art or writing area, it would be helpful to keep coloring materials in a jar. Make sure the mouth of the jar easily fits a child's hand. Anytime the child wants to draw, he or she will unscrew the jar lid and get the coloring materials out of the container. This may also be used as an opportunity to see if a child can copy shapes that the teacher draws. After drawing, ask the child to put the coloring materials back into the jar and screw the lid back on. Through this, the following fine motor skills may be assessed. Item number 4 puts small objects in or out of containers. Nailalagay sa loob at inilalabas mula sa isang lalagyan ang maliliit na bagay. Item number 5 holds crayon with all the fingers of his hand making a fist. Example, palmar grasp. Nahahawakan ang Crayola gamit ang 5 daliri ng kamay na parang nakatikom na kamao. Item number 6 unscrews the lid of a container or unwraps food. Nabubuksan ang takip ng boteng de roskas o nababalatan ang kending nakabalot. Item number 7 scribbles spontaneously. Kusang sumusulat o guri-guring sumusulat. Item number 8 scribbles vertical and horizontal lines. Nakasusulat ng pahalang at patayong linya. Item number 9 draws circle purposefully. Nakaguguhit ng bilog. Item number 10 draws a human figure with head, eyes, trunk, arms, hands, or fingers. Nakaguguhit ng tao na may ulo, mata, katawan, braso, kamay, o daliri. Item number 11 draws a house using geometric forms. Nakaguguhit ng bahay gamit ang iba't ibang hugis. Item number 14 under the cognitive domain may also be assessed through this interaction. Copies shapes. Nakakokopya ng mga hugis. By simply observing children's activities at the dramatic play area, the teacher may be able to assess item number 6 of the cognitive domain. Exhibits simple pretend play, like feeding or putting a doll to sleep. Nakikita naglalaro ng kunya-kunyarian o pretend play. Halimbawa, nagpapakain o nagpapatulog ng manika. During snack time, the teacher may ask one child at a time what vegetables they can see in their food. This way, the teacher may be able to assess item number 15 under the cognitive domain. Names 3 animals or vegetables when asked. Napangangalanan ng 3 hayop o gulay kung tatanungin. Whenever children are packing away materials and toys around the classroom, the teacher can also engage them in conversations about the functions of different objects. From these interactions, the children may be assessed for item number 16 under the cognitive domain. States what common household items are used for. Makapagsasabi kung para saan ginagamit ang mga gamit sa bahay. These are just some of the items that can be observed by the teacher during class activities and routines. These are also just suggestions. Of course, teachers may come up with additional strategies to be able to observe children's current development. Always keep in mind that the teacher has to be prepared for the assessment. Observe the child as he or she participates in the activities and note observations by writing them down, taking a photo, or recording a video. Remember, how the teacher assesses the child contributes to the authenticity of the assessment results. The ECCD Checklist through observations. Brought to you by the Early Childhood Care and Development Council.